I used to start laughing at when Renee told me that.
What? Oh yeah, yeah. Florida, you can have
Florida,
that
right?
black ass fucking shit. Yeah, I know that.
Oh yeah, yeah, because
I'll
of
be
these
seeing
stupid
people with 10 on their front window. Like that's ridiculous. You can't
That's how
see
I
at
had.
nighttime.
That's how I had. I had to from home. But when I was here,
Yeah, it's illegal here. Over here, you can't have more than 20, I think 20% or 25.
I should be. Pray that the shorties follow me, but I ain't follow Chuck D. Give them vision so they can see, but Waka Flocka to them is who B.I.G. was to me. Tupac on that hologram could never replace the grief, and had he still been alive, you rappers would never be. Don't act as if you surprised, you know it as well as me. Just happen to be the guy that reported on the CD. I listen to artists and be like, man, he listen to me. Still your ingredients, but they don't wanna let you eat. Got friends that's envious of the talent cause I'm a beast. Mad at me for reaching the levels that I didn't reach. Fell off, I wasn't ready to feast. I walked away from the table and Drizzy said in the seat, knock it off with the fables for you put me to sleep. Gemstones for life's the logo with the speech. These artists are so-so, they just hiding behind the beat. The production is dope though, so it's harder for you to peep. And you fall for the bozos, spitting bars like they ain't weak on these blogs. And got the nerve to be sold to your Chief Keef. The way the industry dogging these elites, I'm appalled. Got the people in awe like these beats, and they frauds. They'll hop on anything dog with a sweet lead, like a fraud. Are we mentally all in a deep sleep? They've offended me, all of these bleep bleeps with the gall to think they gon' limit me all cause I speak deep. But I'm Jaws, I'll eat anything, no, I'm with these teeth through the walls of this weak industry, targeting these geeks for the cause until I diminish them all or they retreat or dissolve. I'm academically out of these boys' reach, I've evolved, destroy any beat, blogging and retweet. I'll be dogging till I'm frozen and coughing and deceased. Lyrical miracle since they cut my umbilical, still a fool with the syllables. Guess you think it's spiritual. I won't cook up a batch of these bomb atomic the chemicals. Pick up a scoop and sling it right at you like some gorilla proof. Kill a shoot if you feel like you drill. I hope you gorilla proof. Still the truth, I suggest that you kneel and stoop. I can feel a new devil's poop. Boy, I kill the proof just as easy as peeling fruit. Pitiful, I should still on you for misleading our little youth.
You're gonna wish
you gonna wish you
never had met me.
All you rappers,
Tears are gonna fall,
all you rappers,
falling in the deep.
all you fake
You're gonna wish you
MCs,
never had met me. Tears are gonna
that's
fall,
misleading our youth.
falling in the deep.
Talk about the cars you ain't got, crack that you never saw,
Tears are gonna
neighborhoods that you know you can't go in.
falling in the deep.
You ain't real,
You're gonna wish you
be yourself.
never had met me.
It's
Tears are
Gemstones.
gonna fall,
It ain't no question who's the elephant in the room.
you're gonna wish
You gon' wish you never met me.
never had met me.
Shout out to Adele.
Tears are gonna fall,
You already know what it is.
falling in the deep.
Gemstones for life.
Wish you never had met
my team sponsor, we don't play. Catch me with your girl trying to make a move, or at the rail hookah with a glass full. Never worry, new money at the door. Come in by myself, then I'm sliding off. Something like a problem, better yet a catastrophe. People hear my voice, they know I'm about to go dead to speak. Versatile artist, coming off regardless. I'm coming off the hardest, so haters get me started. I bang them out. Ninjas know I'm working out. I'm something you is fantastic. Everything I'm saying is so drastic. What you thought? I do what I do. Hell, you think the nigga Alpo in his run? Then when the nigga say he pushing the 6, top down, rim spinning, fresh. And then like after you break up from the cypher and you no longer rhyming no more. Yo fam, you think you can take and drop me off by the train up on the Grand Concourse?
You know what though? That's why I got a lot of problems doing videos. It's hard getting a vision for some people.
Right.
Cause it's like, yo, I can't put none of this in the video.
Nah.
You ain't got none of this for me to show.
Right.
The visuals be hard for me to get. It's like, yo, right now. Yeah, you making my job hard.
Exactly. Because he's fronting first and foremost. Then like when it's time to shoot a video, you got a shorty song, but you got no shorties to call. And all your shorties is hit. Like, right. They're not the ones you really want to put on that camera.
You don't want to get caught seen with out on no film with.
It's nuts, man. It just looks crazy. You know what I mean? That's why I say, you know, don't fabricate your lines. Like, if you ain't never sold nothing, never popped nothing, never poked nothing, don't say you did. Because real niggas, when you reach a certain point in life, real niggas, when you go out there and you hit a certain level of success, they're going to want to test that. You know what I'm saying? Because real recognize real at the end of the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, to each his own. I say just be yourself in your rhymes. I mean, the only competition should be yourself. You shouldn't see nobody else, you know?
Yo, my man called 2
You know, every Friday from 8 to 10. Every Friday from 8 to 10. The Movement Radio. You know
Shout out to the Movement Radio, man.
Movement Radio, man. Shout out.
Radio.
Shout out to all the guests that we had come up. Oh, I got some fire coming out with that boy Adonis too, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some.
Adonis got some shit.
Yeah. Shout out to Adonis and that whole camp. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Christian Gabor, Fire Flame, Sean Dawn. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Abyss. You know what I'm saying? Who came through and did her thing as well too. She got some fire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Storm too, who couldn't make it. You know what I mean? Because her job mandated her, but she's an ill songstress. You know what I mean?
That's the West Indian late right there. Check, mic, check.
Yes. You already know what it is. It's your boy Bass the General. I'm in the building.
Your man DJ Hands all day, every day.
You already know what it is. It's For You Radio each and every Friday from 8 to 10 in the Mix Radio. BXRecords.com. You know what I'm saying? It looks a little empty in studio right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me and the homie, we here. You know, the homie LC, he running a little behind right now. So he'll be here shortly. Shout out to Keish. She'll be here shortly. She might not even show up. If she listening, I would prefer her just because if she got to leave early, she might as well stay, man. Stay out in Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, be safe on that road.
Yeah,
remember,
man,
gas
it's crazy.
is going up.
Yo, my man, I was coming up here just now. It was like a parking lot, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's crazy.
It's funny, and the wild thing is I left early because I was already in Queens, so I was like, you know what, let me just get on the road.
Right.
And it was still crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts out there right now, man.
But I bless this Waze app, man. I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you just getting up on that?
Man, listen. It's been a little minute now.
Oh,
but
okay.
as soon as that traffic hit, I throw that Waze on and say, "Oh no, get off."
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and you don't even got to ask for an alternate route.
Nope.
It
send you.
It sends you.
Be like, no, go down this
See,
side
Google,
street,
you got
trust me.
to go into alternate routes and all of that. With Wazi, I call it Wazi.
Wazi,
Yeah.
that's the homie.
Wazi, yeah, that's
Wazi
the homie. Yeah, Wazi, that's the homie. That Wazi Waz, he gets you where you supposed to go, man.
Yeah, on time.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, people, I hope y'all had a blessed and productive week, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. I know everybody is talking about this the election that's coming up next week, Tuesday.
Hey, yo, man, 4 more days, we won't have a black president, bro.
Yeah, man. Not even 4 more days, man. He go out of office in January.
Well, January, but
yeah, but technically, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people going ham out here. People are arguing about the fact that some people are choosing not to vote. They figuring, people have died for the right to vote. And I get it, man. But at the time when people was dying to vote, they didn't understand the dynamics of how the government really worked. They just was looking for a voice and equality.
Exactly. And you shouldn't have to be forced to make a decision you don't want to make.
Right. Because, you're picking the lesser two evils. Because you got to you got to know that, to be totally honest, what Trump or Hillary really can do within 4 years.
Exactly.
Because either one of them, I doubt strongly that they get a second term.
You know what? I thought about that.
Okay.
I honestly believe if Trump gets in, he will get a second term.
You think so?
I believe so. Because if that many people got him in the first place,
he could do it again.
He could do it again. And remember, the power isn't even in the truth no more. It's all in entertainment.
But see, let me this is just something about Trump, right? Everybody's like, oh, Trump, he's a jerk. He's a dickhead. Oh, my God. We can't have a guy like Trump in the office. But I just want to take people down memory lane, just a little bit. I remember when people was complaining about the Mexicans being here taking all the jobs. I remember that.
Hello. See, here's the thing. I'll even go further back than that. I remember when they was talking about the Jamaicans and the Haitians taking all the jobs.
I remember all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
See, what I think it is that, a lot of people don't want to admit the fact that they, he's brash. He's very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? And, it coming from him, a lot of people are not receptive to it. But some of the same people that's against Trump had his same feelings.
And remember, they was together. Like, Trump endorsed the Clintons.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
listen, man, I'm gonna be totally honest. I mean, the only way I think that she could win is if she ran up against Trump. Anybody with any real political background, she really couldn't, because what has Hillary really said she's going to do?
Nothing.
I mean, like, for real. Like, I don't know what her policies are. I don't. Not that I follow her. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've been watching the debates and all of that. It's been pure entertainment, the debates. The ones I did look and catch a few moments of, I mean, what are they really talking about? He keep calling her evil woman and she's, this and this, that, and the third. And what is she talking about? She's trying to get some, I don't know. What are some of her policies like?
She's a bad woman, and she's awful. I tell you, she's evil. She's bad.
She's bad. She's
bad.
an awful woman. She's
bigly.
Evil.
She's bad.
She's
Bigly.
evil.
Bigly.
Yeah, because I don't get it. Like, you know, everybody's screaming, we voting for Hillary, but what are you voting for her for? Like, what is it exactly that you're outside of the fact that Trump is an asshole? We know that. We get that. But even Ross Perot, at running as an independent, almost won. And he was a jerk. And we knew he was directly connected to the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
But my thing is, what are we voting? Are we voting for Hillary because they don't want to vote for Trump? Is that still a wasted vote? I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you just voting for the lesser two evils just to prevent one bad guy to get in, but you're going to put a bad guy in with the skirt on.
Right.
Like, what's it? I mean.
The reason now, I mean.
Brewster's Millions. None of the above.
And it's like, the other thing that gets me is the hypocrisy with the whole. Remember what they were saying about Obama?
Right.
He was just a manager of this. He does, you know what I'm saying? Can he run a country? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
None of that's come up about this dude.
About
none of it.
Trump.
About Trump.
No.
And they're actually questioning.
Got the complexion for the protection.
But they're questioning Hillary if she has the. And she been in politics.
Yeah, but you got to remember, her stint in politics, she was a wife, a first lady, and then she became the Secretary of State. That was the only office that I think I could be wrong, but that I know of that she's ever held.
Which is cool.
Right.
Versus.
Nothing. I mean, the last person who did that was Reagan.
No, I'm saying, but versus the competition.
Yeah, the competition.
Has none.
The competition is none, but look who he's running up against, though. Like, what history she really has. I mean, outside of being the first lady.
Yeah.
Outside of being the Secretary of State for what, the past 8 years? And not to say that that's a small feat, but at the same time, she don't have an extensive, you know, she's never ran an office before outside of, because the presidency is a hell of a thing. But see, this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Hillary will get in so they could just cover the gambit. They got Obama, first black man, gave him 2 terms.
Right.
And they get a woman in there, give her 1 term. And then go back to business as usual. Because nobody, I don't care who it is, can make those type of changes that they're talking about in 4 years.
At all.
It took Obama 5 years, damn near, to get that whole Obamacare thing even moving. 5.
Barely moving.
5, maybe even 6 years. So that's 2 terms. I don't know, man. I mean, that's just me. You know, everybody's saying, you know, I'm entitled to do what I want with my vote. Everybody's entitled to it, you know.
So how do you feel? Do you feel the need? Is it that bad that you don't want to vote?
Well, here's the thing. To be honest, anything that they do in office, and you know, some people may not agree with me, and they're entitled to their opinion. They are not connected to the community in which everybody is running crazy around talking about the vote. It never reaches us.
No.
In some facets it do. Some facets it do. Because even when Obama put the Obamacare in there, people was complaining because some of the small businesses had to pay higher premiums for their employees.
Right.
Oh my God. We got to pay that. People who work and you get a little more, you pay more taxes so then you could cover the people who don't have a job and don't have medical coverage but can get medical coverage because they're paying extra in taxes.
Right.
People don't want to do that.
Right.
So you damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
And the thing is, I know people that Obamacare was necessary for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's a pro and a con. But my thing is just like, you know, you could want to. You could want to, but see, me, myself, personally, I just don't think that it works for us. Government does not work for us.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? As a whole. You know, anything that, because see, presidents don't put nothing in order. Like, they don't make anything happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
see, people don't realize that. It's the Congress.
The Congress.
You got to get because look, the president could want the best for this country.
Yeah.
He could want the absolute
He
best.
has to write the bill,
but
pass the bill, and then they can veto the bill.
They veto it right away. And it depends, because if the president is a Democrat.
And the House is Republican.
It's Republican. You're getting
You lose.
you're getting nowhere.
You get nothing.
And it's funny, they don't realize this is a country. Like,
No, they realize it. See, what you got to realize is big business, though. At the end of the day, it's big business.
Who's going to profit at the end?
Right. See,
Okay.
what it is it's more or less of a thing of war makes money for the United States. So the whole time we wasn't over there and Obama was bringing all the troops back, from what I understand, we have roughly about between 8 to like 12,000 soldiers over still in Kuwait, Iraq, and all of that like that, which are on rotation, of course. That hurt certain departments in government because, you know, steel, metal, transportation, gas, oil, all of that plays a part in war.
Exactly. And
Ammunition, all of that plays a part in war, which
Bush's
gets
buddies.
which gets government contracts rolling. People are able to make, big businesses is able to, you know, bid for government contracts. See, once all of that stops, then what are we really doing now?
Exactly. And that's why they always said that 9/11 was a hoax or a planned thing. Even if it was or it wasn't, the scare tactic to
It
let
worked.
people know.
Because recruiting
still-
Scott was higher than it was since the draft years.
Exactly. You get them to want a war.
Now,
Then your companies like
this is just-
Grumman is going to make billions of dollars.
Right.
People make.
Look, this is let me just. I mean, you know, everybody, the people who are listening, put on your thinking caps. No liquid that I know of. Well, I'm not gonna say that. No gasoline.
Right.
Gasoline, I don't care how flammable it is, can burn down steel and concrete.
Nah, it's not happening.
I don't care what you try to explain to me. You have to show me oil or gasoline that burns at a particular the temperature that it should be burning, because once the air hits it, it cools at a certain point. Those buildings came down within a half hour.
Exactly.
That is impossible.
So it has to be something else.
Listen,
lighten that.
the thoughts
Yes.
and the thoughts and the words that are coming out of my mouth are mine alone.
And they're not reflective of In the Mix Radio.
It's not reflective of In the Mix Radio.
Cruz, you good.
Big Spanish, I don't, but I'm just saying, like, these are just things that this is just me. You know, conspiracy sometimes.
Exactly.
So, you know, at the end of the day, you have to think about these things. You know?
Because they're going to affect you. They're going to affect your
No,
future.
it has already affected us from 9/11.
And it's going to continue to.
And it's always going to continue to, because of the government. You have to remember, America was built on the back of others. Death, casualties, war. Destroy and rebuild. I'm just saying, you know, that's just some of the things that I think about at times. You know what I mean? Or, you know, like I said, you know, I don't encourage nobody not to vote. Everybody has the right to vote. Everybody has that, you know, right. I think now they're giving us felons the right to vote. If I'm not mistaken, you can go vote now as a felon. Excuse me. So if you feel the need to go vote, go vote.
And find out, because there's different laws with that felon thing. Because there's some felons you can vote.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the felony. And you have to read your ballots. It's not a simple ballot as just going in Hillary check, Trump check. It's not as simple as that. Now, I've never voted. I've never voted in my life. Period. You know, I know some people would be like, oh my God, how you never voted before? I get it, but then I don't. But anyway, it's just me. And just so some of y'all that don't know, New York State is not a swing state. So
yeah, it's going to be
just
Democratic.
So you know,
we're Democratic.
There's other things and bills that's on those ballots that some people don't take the time to, you know, look into. You have to be careful, because you could be voting for Hillary and then you're not reading nothing else just to get out of the booth. You just say Hillary and then everything else don't matter.
Right.
The other stuff, the fine print, that's what I call it. That fine print you have to look into. You have to know what you're voting on. and what you're voting for. So people, you know, if you're going to vote, take it serious. You know, do your due diligence. Find out what you need to find out. Oh my goodness, Cruz, I need 2 mics. If you don't mind, can I have the camera, please? Because they have to see what she has on out here.
You know what?
Superstar
I knew it got
is
bright
in the
out
building.
there. I thought
I need the camera out there.
Oh God!
I need the microphones.
Oh damn!
Because when I go on out there, I'm about to switch the situation as soon as we get lit out there. Because y'all have to see. I don't even want her to come into the studio right now. I want her to stay where she is. Because we're gonna go out there. I'm gonna take everything out there, and then y'all gonna see. Matter of fact, I may not even go out there. I might just give her the microphone and let her, you know, talk from out there while we talk in here. Because what if y'all don't know my KK, her shoe game is stupils.
Yo.
Stupid Lils, ill my Lils.
All day.
Listen, I'm just saying, yo.
All day.
Listen, but you know, we gonna get to that in a second. You know what I'm saying? That's my boo over there. Hey KK. Hey. Yeah, don't come in here. Stay over there.
Superstar.
Dropping bombs. No. Stay there. He gonna set that situation up for us.
Shout out Donald.
You know what I'm saying?
My man over there listening to that political talk, and he hyped on it right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I got a couple of people tuning in. L, he's tuning in. My man Buzz, he's tuning in. Sierra, what's going on?
Kristen,
Wendy, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? A couple of my peoples. My man Billy, what's good? Keezer, what's going on? Peace and love, sis. You know what I'm saying? Tashana, what's up, mama? You know what I mean? There's a lot of people tuned in, checking this out right now. Shout to all of them. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know, it's one of those things. Y'all have to be, you know, well aware of what's going on. I don't know if the presidency matters, but I mean, if your mayors, you know, your senates, your governors, your congressmen,
those seats matter.
Those seats matter because they directly affect your community.
Exactly.
So if you can get the right people to, you know, in them offices that's really has a ear and a line to you peoples, man, those are the people you really need to focus in on, because it has to start somewhere. You know what I mean? Because as of right now, it's not looking promising on any front. By the time Hillary gets a chance to do anything, she'll be coming out of office, and everything that she's worked towards will be overturned. Just like they're attempting to do with Obama. But that won't happen because, you know, Hillary's pretty much following that blueprint.
Right.
But you know what I was wondering? You know, what I found odd is when Obama was running for his first term, it was it was mainly based on him being the first African American president. With Hillary, you would think it would be the first woman president.
Exactly.
And that's not the narrative.
That is not the narrative at all.
At all. I think
that's her doing though.
You believe so?
I believe so. I don't think she wants to be. I mean, I know in the end it's gonna be that.
It has to be that.
But I don't think she wants to go play on that, because I think she wants to make.
No, that would be a direct contradiction because she's playing on that now. Everything she talks about is how Donald Trump's disrespect women.
Yeah, but you notice that she's not saying after that saying as a woman I feel. She's always just, you know what I'm saying? She's just going on it like he's doing this. Let's look at these scandals.
Right.
He's doing. You know what I'm saying? She's not owning it. Like how Obama kind of didn't want to own the blackness at first, even though you can't avoid it. He doesn't want it to be the deciding factor, because if it becomes that being the deciding factor, black or white, he's not going to win. He wants everybody to the distance. You know how many men aren't going to vote for her if that was the main thing, just because she's a woman?
True.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense. That kind of makes sense.
So I thought about that before. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't she jump on that? And then it made like somebody, and it was a woman that hit me with that. She was like, "Yo, that's why."
I guess because she don't want to look weak.
There you go.
I can see that.
And I hate to say it, but that's what the people are gonna. That's what certain men are gonna perceive it as.
Well, because in government, as far as the presidency goes, that's a boys' club.
Yeah. But you have other countries that's stepping out. I believe Sweden has a female
prime minister.
Prime
There's
minister.
always been female prime ministers elsewhere.
Jamaica, we Portia Simpson, she was in office for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's everywhere but here.
Everywhere but here.
Everywhere but here.
You
know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to also remember. See, we talk as if things have changed. This within the past 70 years, it's 60 to 70 years. That's not a long time, man. When you think about it, there's some people that's 70 years old right now that remember when women couldn't vote, didn't have no rights, none.
It was blacks, women, then
right. But see, they put them two together. Women's lib and the civil rights movement. They blended those. Yeah. Two separate situations, but they blended them.
Yeah.
But that's where a lot of the you got a lot of the Caucasians that was rolling with this. So some of them did, want civil rights. But I like to stick to my guns, and I've always felt that, the desegregation of this nation might have been the downfall of our nation. You know what I mean? Because we did have our own Black Wall Street at one time.
But the problem with that is being segregated. You saw what they did to that Black Wall Street with no repercussions.
Yeah, because that's because you have to remember they built their own government. See, the capital builds government. It's not the people; it's the capital. You know what I'm saying? Currency builds governments. Yeah, money. People, y'all tuned in right now for you radio. We're talking for you, Team Elite in the building. Each and every Friday from 8 to 10 right here on InTheMixRadio.com. But to switch it just a little bit, I was listening to something and it was brought to my attention. Not even brought to my attention. I listen to the Breakfast Club in the mornings. And Charlamagne gave, Cedar God gave Lil Wayne Donkey of the Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to figure out why he gave him Donkey of the Day.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to it.
Please tell me you got what I got out of it. Okay,
so this is what I got out of it. When he was speaking about it, what he was saying was, Lil Wayne said that he's not aware of what the Black Lives Matter movement is about.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even hear it. He said he didn't know anything about it. Okay? He said all lives matter, and he's a rich black man, and if that don't prove that there's no racism, then he don't know what. I'm paraphrasing.
Right. But it was along that line.
It was along that line. And, he don't know, he's never experienced any racism in his 33 years, I think he said.
Right.
Here's the thing. When it was broke down, OKC, he wanted, tickets to go to the game. He was having a hard time. James Harden and Kevin Durant offered to give him floor tickets. He refused because it was the black players who was giving him the tickets, and it wasn't the organization themselves. And he said, why would he want to sit on the floor when these white people are next to him don't want him around? That was a form of racism. At the time, this is what he's saying.
Right.
Charlamagne made a great point. He played a couple of songs as far as that reference Katrina and different things. And the point that Charlamagne said was that I kind of like, I was digging was, what sponsorship are you trying to protect? What future sponsorship that you're looking towards to get that will make you do a 180 and say that you never experienced racism, where clearly the Associated Press has proof that you have?
Now, I'm going to tell you what I got from that.
What did you get?
Now, I watched the interview, and I watched it a couple times, because at first I was lost. I was like, why would he just come out and say that?
Right.
But if you notice, she asked him a question about his lyrics.
Okay.
Right, and how he talks about all this negative shit in his rhymes.
Right.
Whatever. and then went straight to his daughter and said, "What if somebody called your daughter a bitch? How would you feel?" Then it was straight to the Black Lives Matter. Now, if that don't sound like a setup, I don't know what is. And I believe that he saw the setup coming once he started going there and was just like, you know what? I'm going to be sarcastic as fuck and say whatever. That's why I think he said that. Because if you watch it, just watch it again.
I'm going to watch it.
And if you listen to his previous interviews about it, he talks about it. Like, this is the same Lil Wayne that was standing on the American flag when they shot up on.
But my thing is this. That's not the first time he's had one of those kind of conversations and then went left. See, my thing is this, right? I do understand that you have businesses and things that you know, but if you fall for anything, you stand for nothing.
That's
so.
Right.
I can understand, being sarcastic and, him being in his own world and him having his own thing. It's just certain things that I don't think you should just gloss over. Not to say that he's supposed to say power to the people, Black Lives Matter. I'm not saying that. But don't U-turn.
No, I feel you.
That's the only thing. I'm not, whatever he said, all right. But my thing is, you made a U-turn. And everything that you built your career off of, if you remember Carter 2, 3, and all them other joints, you was talking specifically to the hoods.
Right.
So if you're talking specifically to the hoods, how is it now that you're not speaking to the hoods? You follow what I'm saying?
I follow.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I follow. See, because I always look at things and I try to look at it from both ways.
Yeah, but
and then I start to see, like, because I see certain interviews when it's chopped up.
Yeah.
When it's edited, and that video, I don't know if you noticed. Have you watched it once or?
No, I haven't. I just heard the inserts.
But
my thing, but see, this is my thing though.
Watch it.
But this is my thing though. Even if he's being sarcastic, you cannot deny racism.
Nah, you can't deny it.
And that's what he did. Period, point blank. It's something different. He was saying, yo, this white guy, he's a cameraman, he's watching, he's taping me, he's working for me. But you controlled, I don't care how independent Cash Money is, white boys push the button, they can freeze all of that.
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, look.
So I
judge a man by his actions, not what he's saying. Anyway. And I seen him like he done give back to Haiti. He probably gave more than the Clintons back to Haiti.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but see, that's all
clubs.
through disasters.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
through disasters. You know what I'm saying? Every artist has some sort of a charity that they donate to.
Right.
Every artist, pretty much.
Now, and I'm not even just talking about the ones that you have to.
I'm talking about the ones that they create on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all artists have a specific charity that they created,
right?
That they wanted to, that may have directly impacted them, that they want to then reinvest into their hoods. I get that.
Some of them.
I'm gonna say all of them. I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb because just because we don't hear about it, don't mean it's not happening. Let's just say that. I just feel as though with the amount of the funds and things, and we have a crab in the barrel mentality. It's been through the ages. This is nothing new. Because, for people to be able to come to your land and be able to take your people and then put them into slavery, it didn't just, because if we all wasn't with it, none of it would have happened. So it started with some of us being with it, so it happened. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Because some people could have just been, some kings and queens or rulers may have thought, it's not my people, it's just the peasants. They can have them. And it snowballs into everything else. You understand what I'm saying? But anywho, are we set up out there?
Yo, where the super? I see the.
Are we set up out there? We got
there.
the cameras and all that going.
Somebody got some diamonds out there.
I'm going out there. Can I have a microphone, please? I'm coming.
Is that Swarovski crystals on that dress? I think I saw.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Am I on? Is this mic going out here? Come on, girl. You better come over here. You better strut yourself. Yo, Cruz, Big Spanish. Go ahead. Let them see that girl work, man. Y'all got to see them things, man. Golly.
I hope they're gonna check
Got
me
the
out.
modern notes. It's it's too. Hold up. You got to back up some more. All right, so hold on my shoulder, and oh my goodness, do y'all see them things? Do y'all see them things? Oh my goodness.
December. Mike.
My
Y'all
mic
hear
is
me?
not on. 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2.
1 2
All
1
right,
2.
December the 3rd.
I need a little more
Stage
juice.
play, Poor Girl, Rich Girl, and you know what? OCH runway. I will be running. I will be walking the runway.
Walking the runway.
OCH.
Yo, y'all.
Rally BX.
Hold on, I got to go get my
Sister will
phone.
be strutting.
I gotta get my phone.
Walking with
Hold on
the
for a minute.
Grace.
Let me turn this thing around.
Look at that.
Y'all, you see this? I'm talking to my live crew. Look at them joints, B.
Listen.
Y'all see that?
Before you ready,
Look at them things.
each and every Friday,
See that?
Superstar Keisha is in the building with bass, with El Sizzle and DJ Hands. Hands, how you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm a little twisted up.
Shout
back
out to my
here,
man
but,
Fresh Air.
You know,
He checking in, Fresh Air.
a little better since you walked
Peace,
in.
King.
You like a dose of Tylenol.
Is that right?
Man, listen.
Yeah, man. We live on the
What's
air.
going on? We live, y'all.
We live. Yo,
We
look,
live.
man. DJ Hands
We
hasn't been
live.
here in a minute.
Yes.
You know, even though he did make his debut yesterday, I'm not gonna go into that.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell me he came to work on Thursday.
Yeah, he
Man,
was
shout
on
out to
Thursday.
Wes.
He didn't
In the
make us the
mix.
first stop. He
Shout-
made us the second stop.
Shout out to Wes.
Shout out to West Point.
Yeah, shout out to
the
West
homie.
Point.
You know, the homie.
Thursday night, 8 to 10. Friday night, 8 to 10. I'll be
Right.
up here, man.
Be up here doing this thizzle. So what we gonna do is, DJ Hands, we gonna let you put your hands on him.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we'll be back in a few takes for you radio each and every Friday from 8 to 10 in the mixradio.com, bxrecords.com. We're going to be opening up the phone lines at about 9 o'clock.
Yes. Sounds good.
What's the number, Keish?
914-969-6499.
So call up,
Yes.
give us a holler, let us know what's popping. And if you have anything to say as far as with the politics, what we was talking about earlier, how you going to, use your vote. Give us a call. Let us know how you feel about the vote and what you think about the vote. I missed it. They had a good segment on Vote TV with Remy Ma and different people who was talking about the votes.
Different celebrities.
Different celebrities or whatever the case may be. But we can have that right here with our people. So we'll come back in a few takes. DJ Hands gonna do what he do. We'll be back at 2 and 2 for you radio right here each and every Friday from 8 to 10. We off this.
Don't forget 914-969-6499.
hey.
Out that door. See now how it goes. Seem like them hoes.
West, holla at your boy.
Now I know what to do. I know. See, I don't love no karma. Time to forget about you. She already having a nigga. Tell me getting better. Stupid ass nigga gon' get her. She said she yours. She like, I don't give a fuck, girl, no. She already found a nigga. She said she gone. She's like, now that she said she gone. She's gone. Now that she said she gone.
I've been up for 2 days straight, counting all this money, and now my hands hurt. Niggas broke, copping Louis Bell. Wanted was a tan purse. All she wanted was a tan purse. Impressing bitches, saving hoes. When all she wanted was a tan purse. All she wanted was a tan purse. So I copped it for her, put some bricks in it. The Birkin duffel, not the money gram, cause the money only fits 6 in it. Whip tinted, dope bitch in it. Bet you everything paid, ain't shit rented. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. But if a nigga wanna pay, that's his bill.
All the way up.
Fresh with that juice, how I move be my stuff. Iced out Jesus, my whole crew rollied up. Queens nigga, I be product of that lobby.
Yes.
Fly like LaRue, I came through 821. Doing it for the love, never get you much. And they only show you love when you up. Now hoes, they'll come through in the clutch when you're back right. They see you stunting, making movies. Get money, how to swag to find. And I say this with all humbleness put to the side. What the fuck I look like? Trying to look like what everybody look like. Bitch, I'm top of the line. Being hot taught a nigga how to flex. Balling on her like I'm trying to win a SB. Told my girl I had a dream, she had a girlfriend. She smiled at me, said I hope that she was sexy. Self-made, no regrets, from the flow to the fresh. Got right, learning how to play lefty. Now I ain't saying I'm the best, but it's something to think about. And when it's finished or it's done, you gon' respect me.
That's right. Hit you with them joints each and every Friday night, 8 to 10.
Some niggas call shots.
Hey, hey, hey.
Some niggas call shots, some call a fat. Some niggas call shots, some call a. 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 Some niggas call shots, some call a fat. Some niggas.
It's that New York. Let's go.
Young nigga snot nose, I ain't have it. Pops was on the bench drinking with the addicts. 14
Simo Duckers, holla at me, boy. Hey, hey, hey.
Streets made me, that's why I'm so wavy. These niggas band on slow, old lady. I don't talk much, but my money kinda long. Niggas stop lifting weights, but that llama swamp.
That's right. It's that New York talk right there. Remember, it's DJ Hands each and every Friday night, 8 to 10 in the Mixed Radio For You radio show. Yes, yes.
No chicken, nigga.
That boy, see, it's that joint they call Cream. Let's go.
Young nigga snot nose, I ain't have it. Pops was on the bench drinking with the addicts. 14, so my first bag was red. 9 saw a nigga take a Mac to the head. Streets made me, that's why I'm so wavy. These niggas band on slow, old lady. I don't talk much, but my money kinda long. Niggas stop lifting weights, but that llama strong. Not a goon, but got a broom. Don't need to be a homosexual to body dudes. No homo, no promo. Fuck a label, I did it dolo. I don't answer to nobody, I'm not Manolo. You's a side ass nigga, never been a boss. I see you fake, read between the lines, dental floss. No cosmetics can cover what I unveil. Giving away bullets, I got a gun sale. I get money by the yard. Trunk for the Barbie, no Nicki Minaj. Nigga eating 3 ways, that's an entree. I'm with the give a nigga 6, DeAndre. Clip him like Blake for the bread. Like see how many shots he can take to the head. I ain't talking rounds, but I'm talking rounds. If I'm talking about y'all, I'm talking about some clowns. I'm off a West Coast trip with a money bag. Them OT trips give me money lag. Fast flipping, the bags is hitting. Got my first 100, made it to a half a chick. Cash rules everything around me. Bitches just to clown me.
Dominique, I see you.
Can drown me. Bitches
Jerron, I see you. Safi, what's good, my dude?
so they can suck it all up.
Let's get it.
Fuck these hating niggas, tell them thoughts wipe me down. Used to never throw the pussy, but they like me now. Quick to tell these fake ass niggas pipe it down. I'm known for checking these niggas. Nike 10.
boy.
That's right. Remember, each and every Friday, 8 to 10, we turn up. Let's go. We got the whole team in the building. Team Elite in the building in full effect. Let's go.
Boy, now what's this? I got two bitches on me free. You can't bring her home to mama, she too freak. And I got two bitches in the freak. You can't bring her home to mama, she too freak. Soup, freaky, yeah. Soup, freaky. She just taught me down, that shit was deep. Now she tryna call another freak. Hit that jail squad, sound steep, whoa. That's your hoe, what she with me, oh. Now you see the bad, what you gon' do for me? I said, fuck your man, what you gon' do for me? Aces in New York, it got the super freaks. I can't go in there, I already knew that.
You know, Uncle Murder's stupid. Shout out to Uncle Murder. He did body that ball.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody has their opinion, and like I was saying earlier, you know, a lot of people are hypocrites because I do remember when everybody was mad that all the Mexicans was taking all the jobs and they, you know, different things is going on. Yes, he's arrogant. Yes, he's an asshole, but he's not too far off of what people are really feeling in the United States in certain aspects. So, you know, we spoke about that. So, what are your thoughts on that, though? As far as like your vote is all, you know, there's no right or no wrong answer. Keisha, L.
Well, I'm going to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be in the building.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to tell y'all who I'm going to vote for.
Right.
But At the end of the day,
We could
I
pretty
still
much-
gotta work.
You gonna work anyway, regardless to who's in that office. You
I'm
gonna
voting
be
for El
working.
Sizzle.
There we go.
He gonna be
There
the
we go.
the boyfriend of the United States.
Of the United States.
Pause.
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute.
Look at him.
Boyfriend for president.
I think that at the end of the day, man, you should vote. I just think you should vote. I ain't gonna tell you who to vote for.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I just think that you should use your right to vote. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Shoot. Jay-Z right now out in Cleveland.
Yeah, we came a long way. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
with getting the opportunity to vote, so why not use it?
Yeah, vote.
You know,
Vote. Definitely vote. I know that I'm not going to vote for Mr. Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of the fact that I think that we need someone with a level head. And as I've watched him, he doesn't really have thick skin. And I think you gotta have thick skin in order to be sitting in that presidential chair. Kind of gets like temper tantrums. You know, you started it and I'm gonna finish it. And
right?
you know,
right. That's no.
your girl's
way to be
fat.
the
Like, yeah, he's
president
just,
of the
Yo,
world.
you know what I'm saying? He's just,
why,
he's just-
why is she talking?
yeah, he's, you know, punch him in the face. I'll pay your
Yo.
legal fees. Like I don't think I want
That's
that.
a domestic violence case right there.
Yeah, I don't think I want that.
But all jokes aside with that whole thing, I mean, do you feel like any one of them is really that much more capable than running the country than the other? Like your personal opinion?
Well, of course, you know what I'm saying. Hillary has more of a background.
Okay.
You know what I mean. The more experienced
Right.
out of the two would be her.
Now my thing, a lot of people
Experience
say
as far as like being around
Yeah.
politics.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
been, you know, for one, Trump is not even a senator.
because there's good experience and there's experience and then there's bad experience.
Right.
Yeah, but then,
Well,
but
like
it's just like
She's only had 8 years in office as far as the Secretary
That's,
of State.
secretary.
But still,
I'm just
how many
questioning.
years he had?
I'm just because I'm
No,
not.
he had none.
Me
This is
personally, I'm
true.
not voting for him either.
No, I'm not voting for Trump.
nah,
you
absolutely
couldn't
not.
you couldn't give me money to vote for him. I
But
mean,
he could, depending on how much.
He's just, I don't think he's good at all. I mean, I
Holla
got a
at me
kid
if
out
you
here.
Word,
vote.
Donald. I'll be
For
right on.
Donald.
I'll be right on this show. Like the views and opinions don't matter to them, but Trump,
Yeah, I'm not.
Drop me a couple of M's, my ninja.
my
He
dude.
ain't giving
I'll
up
holla.
no money. He
He
gonna
ain't giving
take
you a
your
damn
money.
thing. He gonna look at you
Exactly.
like you
Shoot,
stupid.
all them nickels I put in that machine.
What? He gonna take your money. Trust me.
Nah, he don't
Put
want these
Trump in
problems.
office. You think you doing bad now?
But I mean, like, you know, not for nothing. We went through a depression with a black president, and I didn't feel that. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you
I mean,
also
you know,
gotta
like
remember,
we got, you
Barack
know,
took the presidential seat when it was at its worst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for
Right.
any president, he had it when it was done. Like it was terrible.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
It's like giving somebody a business that's way under, trying
Yeah,
to tell
like-
them to
Right.
get this back afloat.
Right.
yeah, like
Right.
you
And
know,
he did a damn good
and
job.
he did a
Yeah.
very good, respectable
Big shout
job.
to that man right there.
Considering the situation that he was given to work with, I
And
mean,
he really changed the role of the president. You know,
yeah,
like
other
what?
presidents,
Like what?
other presidents was hiding. They had, you know, every time you knew something was going on with the presidents, you know, they had bodyguards here, this, there. You know, they didn't mingle with us.
You know what I
I'm
like
saying?
too?
They was behind the scenes.
The countries that he went to also. There's countries that have never seen.
never,
Right, and he touched them people.
never. I think Obama,
Like Jamaica has the scene.
Right.
never.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't it the first lady and the president of Israel just up here? I mean,
Come on.
I mean, you know, I
But
just
Israel
think
is always in contact with the United States. So
yeah, but they don't come here to eat with us. They
Right.
came here. They
They
pulled
do.
up and went to the White House. You understand what I'm saying? So like Barack Obama broke a lot of barriers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just for being respected or for his character. But either way, like I said, you know what I'm saying? They're both no good. A lot of people don't like neither candidate. Me personally, I really was banging for Bernie Sanders.
Bernie, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I think look at Obama now after 8 years. Like, what would Bernie look like after 8
Hillary?
years?
So, to be honest with you, I was actually going Republican this year if Kasich was going to be in there.
Oh, okay.
I was actually Kasich. What's his name? John Kasich or whatever his name is. When they was having them debates, every
Yeah.
time he spoke, I was like, damn, yes. That's me too. I was like, oh, shit. He was like but that's why the Republicans didn't like him.
Right.
Because he was like a Republican for the people.
Right.
They didn't like
And
that.
and that's why he wasn't going to get in.
For the people.
Right.
Not the 1%. The
Republicans.
99%.
let me just tell you this,
Niggas
right?
is
The
crazy.
only way, to be totally honest, Hillary had a leg to stand on is if she ran against Trump. Every other candidate that was on the Republican ballot
They would have ate her
would have killed her
for lunch.
because they all were senators, governors, and they've had extensive history in politics.
Exactly. Being filibustered.
She has
being-
always been a wife of a congressman, a governor. She's never held an office. Her first office was the one that Barack Obama gave her. So, with that being said, it's jumping from Secretary of State to the presidency is a huge leap. And the only person that feat could have been completed against, to me, this is just my opinion, is Trump.
Well, I always said
Well, I'm
it was
not
a setup
qualified.
anyway.
I'm not qualified to have an opinion on that because I don't know.
I never thought Trump was serious.
I just never seen Trump as I think he's just a joke. I don't think it's funny if he wins. You know what I'm saying? But what kind of message are we saying as a country? Like, you could just be a man that has money and you can run because he's not even.
But that's what we sitting on already.
He's a senator. But my thing is that Hillary Clinton has experience.
Right.
Whether the people like her or not, or whether people feel like she's holding back with the emails and all that stuff, she still has Bill Clinton, who was still a very good president, who was her husband. So, and she still, has that as a backbone.
Right.
And if Bill Clinton could run for endless amounts of presidency, we still would have been voting for Bill.
Right.
Everybody liked Bill. So my thing is,
But I'll tell
she
you-
has Bill in her corner.
I will tell you this. Bill's part of the reason why we in the position we in right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, Bill.
But you
as
still
far as-
voted for him, and you would have continued to vote for him.
I mean, seeing.
So-
I don't think it would have lasted more than.
Yeah, but you would have voted for Bill again. Everybody would.
I
The
wouldn't
man
have-
got a
I wouldn't have put it
blowjob,
this way. I
and he
would-
still didn't get impeached.
I wouldn't have voted for
So,
Bush.
I mean, but I'm saying he got a blowjob. He lied.
Oh no, I
about
wasn't mad
getting
at
head.
that. I wasn't mad at
And
that.
they didn't even impeach him.
I wasn't mad at that.
So
It was all that predatory lending he was doing.
all right. But
And,
see,
and he
presidencies-
was giving everybody houses. If you had $20 in your account, get this crib.
Right.
Come get it. So
It got
4
people
years
off
down
the
the line, your credit is shot. You ain't paid no bills. You're 130 grand in debt. But the banks now, they all get bailed out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what Bill did,
Right.
along with locking a lot of us up. But that's what Bill
Yeah,
did.
absolutely.
But I don't think people realize that when the economy was so good. If you think about it, when the economy is good, people are buying houses, right? What are you gonna do when you buy a new house? You're gonna furnish it.
Right.
You're gonna put all sorts of new shit. So the economy's gonna be booming with everybody buying houses. So it feel good. How does it feel 4 years later?
Yeah, absolutely.
You
I
see
mean,
what I'm
don't get
saying?
me wrong. I think that all presidents are not. They make mistakes.
Just a
if
correction.
You date back,
Just a correction, real quick. He did get impeached.
no,
Bill
no,
Clinton.
yeah, he did
Bill
get
Clinton
impeached.
Did not get impeached.
It's right there.
Yeah, he did. No,
get
he got impeached.
He got impeached.
No, no,
beloved.
But
no,
it was
no.
he got impeached like
got
like
impeached.
Bill
2 months
Clinton-
before he was about
but
to be out
did-
anyway.
But he didn't. Hold up. He got impeached.
Okay.
But when it
that's all.
came to removing him from office, he did his 8 years.
Oh no, he did his 8
Okay,
years.
that's my point. What I'm saying is he got up for impeachment. But it wasn't enough to remove him from the office. He did 8 years.
Well, he did it-
two.
it was
he
at
did-
the end.
He did his 8 years
terms.
because it was at the end.
It was
It
at
don't
the end
matter.
when he got
Every-
caught.
there
But
was
regardless,
nothing-
they had
when they
a yay
put it
and a
this way,
nay.
when that came
and it
out,
was more yay to keep him as president than it was nay.
when that came out, there was nothing as a president that he was gonna do that was gonna affect anything anyway.
We can. What I'm saying is, Bill
why-
Clinton has made mistakes as presidents. I don't know a president that doesn't make mistakes.
Nah, none of them
Right?
were perfect.
So what I'm saying
But
is,
some
we're
of-
not perfect.
But some of them.
We're not perfect. And a lot of black people feel like Obama hasn't made a difference
That's
on
what.
their
But
life.
see, the thing is that a lot of black people, a lot of the people that are saying this are looking for something that is impossible for them to get. Like
Right.
the thing that Obama did, and which I commend him for, and which was one of the first things he talked about was the healthcare,
Right.
and depending on the energy,
Right.
which really those two things are gonna affect us for years
Yeah.
and years to come. And with those two things, with Obamacare, even though it needs tweaking, it's still helping the people that really need it, like the working class, like myself. I'm out of work right now. If you know what I'm saying, if I didn't have, I would have had to. I'd be broke right now trying
Yeah.
to keep up with medical bills.
And
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it is what it is. Like Obamacare, our dependency on natural resources has been cut by like 2/3.
And he's released a lot of inmates.
You know what I'm saying? Release a lot of inmates.
And he's made it affordable for people to go to school.
Yo, decriminalization
Right.
Oh,
of
you understand?
people who are criminals because they had a dime bag in their pocket when they was 19 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot
That's
of that
removed.
you know what I'm saying? He did do a lot
And
that
that
people
makes
aren't
a
going to
difference
see.
in people's lives.
Exactly.
And who's had more town meetings as a president than Barack
Right.
Obama?
Exactly.
Multiple, countless town hall meetings.
And no president has been ridiculed. No president has been talked about, disrespected
Like
during their
I mean,
tenure.
no, don't get me wrong. Bush was disrespected by us.
Yeah, but Barack
But by
Obama,
Shoes thrown at him.
Right. It's shit like that. He was
Barack
disrespected. Don't get
Obama
me
as
wrong.
a president
But
was
Barack
called
Obama
a monkey on the
was
Daily
the
News.
the racist.
The New
I've
York
never
Post
seen
disrespected his
me-
wife.
right.
They call her ugly monkey. Okay,
Yo, crazy.
So what I'm saying is he's been
And she's the
Countless
baddest. She's the baddest
disrespect.
first lady we've had
Right.
in my life.
who Michelle is absolutely the
Yeah.
classiest. So what I'm saying is
She
that they
upfront and
totally
personal.
disrespect Barack Obama every chance they get.
Yeah.
I've never seen a president, been asked for their birth certificate
Never.
to provide that type of information.
Right. They find anything to come at
Anything.
him.
Anything.
Really?
Anything.
They make up stuff to come at him.
And then your
Anything that
wife-
sounds good.
And then your wife is up there, copied and pasted her whole speech.
Yo, let me tell you something. just to show you how America, how it is. It took for a black president. It took a man he went from a regular college to an Ivy League college, then got a degree there, then went to another Ivy League college and got another degree.
Right.
With a wife that got 2 degrees from 2 different Ivy League colleges to be
Yeah.
president. All you got to do is be a rich reality TV star to run for president.
It's sad.
Is that right?
Only in this country.
Only in this country.
Wow.
Only in this country.
Just think about that.
You only need your own money to run for president, not just be a
Nah.
celebrity.
You're right.
You
You just
need
got to
your
be
own money.
You got to be real rich.
You have to have your own money.
Money and the people behind you.
Only this country is hesitant about having a female president. Other countries have female leaders.
Right.
Only here. Only here. Only in the United States of America. But women run the households.
Not only here.
They run
but
the households.
here's one of the-
They are really the true bosses.
Yeah.
Okay, and nowadays women are doing better than men.
Yeah.
Not all, but majority of the women
If you
now
look, if you look at
are making more money in the household.
If you look at the graduation rate, the highest graduation rate is black women
Of course.
in all colleges. Black.
Well, why do you
women.
think the black man is trying to date outside of the race of a black
Son.
woman? Because they're not. You can't sell them that bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't sell them.
You know what I'm saying? You can't sell them that bullshit.
I'm telling you.
So I mean, but nowadays it's women that's spearheading the situations.
Mm-hmm.
So why not give her a try?
Why not? Why not?
And you see it all over. You see it in football, basketball.
How worse can it get?
Right.
I mean, why not?
What-
It could
what
get
Trump
worse.
say?
It could be Trump.
What Trump said?
That's the worst.
Remember that? You're all living in shit.
Yeah,
you're dying every day.
Yeah, he said, why not vote?
He don't have no.
If you are,
filter.
and I say this so thoroughly, if you are a colored person, I'm not even colored. If you're not Caucasian and racist, if you're not a racist Caucasian, even the white people, if you are voting for Trump, something is totally wrong with you.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
Period. You understand what I'm saying? Even white people, because y'all got sense. If y'all not racist and bigots, most of the people that support Trump are ignorant.
Now
I've heard interview a Trump supporter.
I've heard one argument.
I didn't pay no
I've heard one argument, and this one argument from this one person had me like, okay, you know what? I'll give you a pass. My man said he's sick of politicians, and he wants somebody in there that's not a politician.
Not gonna happen.
I feel you, but that argument when he said that, because all politicians lie to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
they all
saying.
do.
So, but when I heard that, I said, you know what? Damn.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you all this. Right?
I'm not voting for him, but
what exactly?
Right.
What exactly? Right? What exactly? And I'm just asking. Do y'all think Hillary Clinton is going to do for the country?
I think Hillary Clinton can do a better job than Donald Trump.
But what?
I don't know what she can do when she gets there because presidents are puppets. They're ventriloquists. They don't have power anyway. You understand what I'm saying? All it is just a face.
All they're gonna do is start there, whatever their new
So
agenda
it don't
is,
matter. Even on the shit
leave
Trump
it.
is talking, that when they stick that fist up your ass and they tell you that's what you're gonna speak, that's what you're gonna do.
But see, that's why they like Trump.
So
that's why they like Trump.
Right.
Because,
No, they
because
don't.
Trump, they can't tell him nothing.
Right. See, Trump.
That's why they like him.
Think, my friend.
No, they can't.
That's what you
yo,
think, my
the
friend.
same people that
That's
will
what you
support
think,
him
my friend.
will
Stop
pull
it.
the.
No,
yo, look,
Tell you something.
No,
they can't tell that man nothing.
No, yes, they can.
Let me explain
Trump-
something. Let me explain
Yes, they
something.
can.
Let me explain something. Let me explain
They
something.
can't
right?
tell him how to speak and run his campaign, which he pays for.
Oh, well, that's what I'm
but
talking
once
about.
you sit in that Oval Office,
Oh no,
you will
no.
do as you
That's
are told.
different. Yeah,
or
yeah,
you will
yeah,
be.
yeah.
That's-
That's
There's
different.
rules.
You can't do what
There's
you want as a
rules.
president. We
Right.
already
And
know that. I'm talking
is
about
the exact
So right
reason
now
why.
he's just doing whatever he wanted.
Right
this
now.
is the exact reason why he won't be president.
Okay.
he gonna try to do it.
Because
It's gonna be too many problems.
No.
Yes,
It's
listen.
bigger than Donald Trump. Let me explain that to
He's
you, right?
putting on
It's
a
bigger
show.
than Donald Trump. See, it's all about the votes, right? And everybody, and you know, Donald's already done built the platform on it's rigged. He's already built the platform because what he's doing is he's putting a cushion out there to where it's in when he loses, he can say that it was rigged.
Right.
But the reason why he can't win is because he's too brash.
For us.
Not even for us, for them. See, he comes from his own money. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
his
yeah.
own money makes and develop. That's why he talks the way he talks.
But I'm gonna say this to you: if that was the case, it wouldn't even be this close.
What?
It has to be interesting, beloved.
Yeah,
Race?
but that's what I'm saying. There's people that actually, but there are people that
The
really believe in
demographic,
this.
as far as the racist people or whatever, the people, period, because black people are racist as well.
And look,
we are racist
oh,
because
yeah.
a racist is a person who believes in their race.
Right.
Period.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it's like, it's a numbers game, like a bank account, right? When you, like I was listening to Mastermind, Rick Ross. He called this joint and it said, you have $92 million, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. These are all numbers. It's a numbers game, right? So his bank account can be wiped out with a press of a button, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just technically speaking.
Who? Trump's?
No, I'm just saying, period. In general, anybody.
Anybody's.
Like who?
And the information, anybody's information, yours, mine, Rick Ross,
when you-
Donald Trump. Just listen
When
to
you
what
have
I'm saying.
Trump
Let me
status, your money's in a different situation.
your money is just numbers.
not banked.
You will
Yeah.
never see that money. It's
Right.
all numbers.
It'll never be in
So
front
what
of
I'm
you.
saying is, the numbers is controlled. Perfect example. When Al Gore ran against Bush. When Florida was bringing all of the hand-counted votes that would have helped him go into the presidency, it was null and void. He sat on that. He was the lead congressman who could have seconded the motion to get each one of those votes in there.
That's his brother. He ain't gonna do that to his brother.
No, not his
No,
brother.
not at all.
Al Gore.
And Al Gore.
Al
That's right.
Gore.
That's right.
Judd Bush was the governor
Right,
of Florida.
That's what I was saying. He wasn't letting that go down.
Right, but the people in the districts came to the Congress. It's footage.
Mm-hmm.
Needing a second motion to get those ballots counted, which would have helped him get into office and remove Bush. He didn't do that. Why not do that? Because it's other people in control of these situations.
Absolutely.
Right. So what I'm saying is, he would not be able to do what he want to do because he don't have those same values.
Him getting in there, he wouldn't do what he wants to do.
He can't. Nobody will.
But when it comes down to, like, as far as polling and the way the people feel in this country, there's a whole lot more people than I thought that actually would believe and buy into a Donald Trump being president. Yeah. A whole lot more people than I even, like, when I hear them talk, sometimes I'm like, wow, I thought I knew you. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought, you know what I'm saying?
I just told you earlier when we spoke, beloved.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
A lot of the stuff that Trump says is very brash.
But they love it.
It's arrogant. He's an asshole.
But
we are some of the same people prior to Trump getting in and running for office felt that same way
he did
about the people that are in the country. A lot of the terrorist stuff that's going on. When 9/11 hit, it went from black people being targeted to Muslims. That was before Donald. When everybody was looking for work and the Mexicans was on the side of the road, all the Mexicans is taking the jobs from everybody.
Right.
You got to be careful because you can become hypocritical of certain things. I don't agree with everything that Trump does, just like I don't agree with everything. I don't know what the fuck Hillary do.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. But at the same time, it's not like I'm saying, okay, Donald Trump. I'm not saying that. But what he's saying is what a lot of people in America have been feeling for years, even in the hoods. I'm just saying. I mean, you know, I'm not.
I don't feel nothing Donald Trump is saying. I'm sorry.
No, you wouldn't.
I think everything that comes out his mouth is totally inappropriate.
I never said that it was right. I never said what he said was right, but a lot of this, the feelings
people in
came
America
from.
Are spoiled. They're lazy, and they want to sit up there and get at other races because then they get here, they don't take this for granted. They get out there, they go out there, they get themselves together, and they go. Americans are fucking lazy.
Yep.
And they need to stop the bullshit. How dare you hate on another race for getting out there and trying to get something?
And it's a job.
You sit up here.
And it's a job. And it's a job that you want.
You sit up here as Americans. You're sitting up here. You're born with opportunity. You rather sit stay in the street, smoke weed, live like they want you, designed you to want to be on a stupid box.
Right.
And you sit up here and you knock other people who recognize opportunity because they didn't have the same opportunities in their poor countries.
Right.
They come here and they become our fucking bosses.
Exactly.
Okay? So fuck what Trump is talking about and anybody who thinks like him. I don't have a problem with a Mexican.
Absolutely.
They don't do nothing to me.
Right.
Or any other race.
Right.
They come here and they get money. Stop being lazy, America.
Exactly.
Go to school.
Because it's
Do
opportunity.
what you're
for
supposed to
them
do for yourself.
And if you notice, a lot of these people are coming over here, they speak English. And
Of course.
And these Americans, they don't speak no
You disrespecting
other
them.
language.
But your boss is from, most of your boss is from other countries.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay? The only person that let me tell you something. You go to McDonald's, you make a complaint. You'll talk to the supervisor. Right? You'll never meet the owner of McDonald's. The owner of McDonald's is not from your hood.
Nope.
Right.
He can't relate to you.
He's on hotline number.
You'll never meet him because you ain't in them places. You're not in them circles. So what I'm saying is American people need to stop being lazy and stop talking about, oh, my country this, my country that. You ain't even popping in your own country. They come here, they recognize opportunity, and that's what that's what life is about. Making the best for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? How could you knock somebody that's trying to come up?
Right.
I don't care where you from.
And they do it all the time.
It's sad. I feel
like,
nothing
no, you
that
can't
he's
do
saying.
that, even though we don't want to do it. You can't do it.
Right.
Why? Why not? For one, they work harder. They come from another country. They learn our language.
I'm gonna tell you, case in point, I seen a dude come to this country, I seen him every day at the corner store. He used to be behind George. My man used to be behind the corner store and behind the counter every day. I knew the owner of that corner store. My man was in there 8 years. Tell me every day, Hansel, what's up, Hansel? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. He now owns his own store.
Of course he does.
He sat there, he said, I'm going to save up. Then he said the dude from that store helped him get his own store. A block away.
Yeah. And they all.
And that's what they do.
Right.
They come here. And then they bring their family.
Yeah.
And then they had a family in the
and
crib.
they put their family on.
3 families in one house. And then they all get their feet together, get their shit together, and they buy another house. And then they do it.
How could you knock that?
At the end of the day, you look at it, they own the whole block.
Well,
and then you wonder how they did that.
You gotta applaud that.
Crab in the barrel.
That's
We
right.
can't do it like, and we don't do it like how they do it.
And he can't relate to nobody. Trump don't know what it is to struggle. Struggle with what? He was born filthy. His father gave him a hell of a loan.
He said, "Here's 14 million."
14 million here. Gets what?
Yo, somebody gave me 14
million. Get out of
million.
here. Say what you want about Hillary. I don't gotta like her.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? But I can't say I don't like her. I don't know her personally. In order to say you don't like somebody, you got to know them personally.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just going off of what you hear, and that's not right. You judging a book by its cover. You don't know her. I don't know her.
We don't know neither one.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. But to sit up here and say, I don't like her. How you don't like? You know her?
Nah.
Oh.
Right.
You can't just use those words loosely.
And
You
we can't
don't
say
know
that
me not to
about
like me.
any of them.
You can't say that about Trump or Hillary.
Any of
Right.
them.
Right. So how dare you?
I can't hate somebody.
But you could go off of with the words that are coming out of their mouth.
Right.
He's rude, he's disrespectful, he's arrogant, he's shown that. Okay? Regardless of what, it's not presidential to sit up there and tell somebody that they're a terrible woman, disgusting woman. And if I was in charge, you'd be in jail.
You'd be in jail.
My dude, you
But
talking
see-
to the next
but
president
see,
of the
guess
United
what?
States.
Guess what?
That's
But
a
he knows.
shame.
He knows. He
He's
knows.
disrespectful.
He knows how to. He knows
This
how to
shit
get
is
the
for
people riled up.
TV, man. It's
He
for
exactly.
TV.
He knows how to get his
acting-
people riled up.
It's
I don't know.
sad,
I don't know if you
because
noticed
has
when
a
he
mother,
said that. Did you hear the
he has a
crowd?
mother,
The whole crowd
he
went
has a
crazy.
wife, and he has kids. He has daughters.
Yeah.
And this man has openly said
Let me
that
ask
his
you
daughter's
this.
hot.
Let me
and
ask
he
you
would
this.
sleep with that.
Let me ask you this: if Obama had 5 kids from 3 different baby mamas and a new wife with scandals, do you think anybody would consider him to be in the running for any presidential anything?
The sad thing is that he should be, because why? That's the real life reality.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the everyday.
But they would look at him and call him a scumbag and he don't do
But
this.
they calling
and,
him that now, and he got a squeaky
and,
clean
he,
like
and,
it.
and he's squeaky clean.
So, yo, you
So it
know
don't
what?
matter.
You see that?
White America got off because they found when they did get a black president, they got a controlled black president.
Yeah.
They got them a good nigga.
Well, they wouldn't. Have, well, they wouldn't.
You see what I'm
They
saying?
would, listen, they wouldn't have. They
You know what
wouldn't.
I'm saying, Bass?
They
got
wouldn't-
them a good nigga.
they wouldn't elect
If
us.
me and
They
Bass
wouldn't-
was running the
they
United
wouldn't
States of
elect
America,
us.
it'd be fucked up for a lot of other people
Yo.
that don't look like us.
Yo,
You understand what I'm saying to you?
And see, that was the biggest thing, because he couldn't do what
What he
people
wanted to
would
do.
have wanted him to do, because then it would have been a race thing. See, his balance game. See, I wouldn't want to be the president
At all.
at all.
I'd rather run a state as opposed to a country,
Absolutely.
because in the state I have a little bit more control over what gets done, and you know, the buck pretty much stops with me unless I have to take it to Congress. But at the end of the day, I ain't got that big ass light on me like that, because you know, Obama, he had to disown his church congregation.
That is so sad.
Because the pastor of the church that he was attending at the time in Chicago was going ham in the paint.
Yeah, he was.
Ham in the paint. To whereas in Obama had to distance himself
Yeah.
from his church.
Yeah.
Now, when because see, you know they say church and state. You do know that, right?
Separation.
It's separation.
Right. The separation.
So if you want to go to the states, you got to separate from the church. You can't, all that
I
Sunday
didn't even
going to
think
that
about- I didn't
church
even
and
think how
having them
deep that
people.
was.
Yeah, bro. You know, it's bigger. This is what I'm saying. Like I said, there's no disrespect to Hillary, right? But at the same time, the only person, and this is, like I said, my opinion, that she could have went and ran against and had any real traction was this dude.
Donald Trump.
Because he has no political ground to stand on.
Yeah, he don't know what he's
All
talking
he
about.
has is a lot of innuendos, accusations,
hand gestures.
hand gestures, And what's up with his mouth? Why he hold his mouth like that? Like it's tight, like his jaw's locked. You know what I'm saying?
And he sniffs a lot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and his hair, like, is his own character. But anyway, I digress.
Please.
You know, if, you know, that's what I'm just saying. Like, Ben Carson, the Republican.
Idiot. And he's a genius.
He's a genius. But he didn't appeal to the people. If he was able, if he had a little swag with him, I believe he would have been able to hold it. He would have been able to hold it down. But what they want to do is get Hillary. They trying to cover the gambit already. They're gonna get the black. They got the black man in there. Gave him 2. Now we're gonna get this woman in here.
Give her 2.
I don't know if she's gonna get 2.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Well, we don't know.
I think,
but I know definitely she's gonna get this one.
Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, unless somebody really, really monumental comes forward, whichever one of these two get about it, like, because I thought it would just be Trump that would get. I think any one of them get in there that will get 2, barring any huge scandals. Like if Trump end up doing something real crazy, I think because
they're not gonna let Trump in there.
I don't think they are either.
They're not gonna let Trump in there.
If they do, he's staying.
Because if he do, he'll be the first. Well, not the first, but he'll be another president that has been assassinated. I'm telling you.
Nah, if Barack ain't get assassinated,
no, because Obama played the game correctly.
Right, he wasn't coming at you.
What I'm saying is, Trump, on the other hand,
by another country.
Not even by another country, because see, you have to make deals in the business of government.
Right.
Now, if you got your own money and you feeling as though I don't have to take what you talking about, Trump has a lot of that with him. That's why he could tell people you're fired.
Right.
That's why he talks as brash as he does. Because he never had a boss. Think about it. Who was his boss? Nobody.
Ain't no boss for him.
His money has always been self-made. He's a self-made well, not self-made. I mean, of course he got the loan, but he knows how to take. He's always been that one to take care of himself
and work the system.
So at the end of the day, I don't see that. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. I think they're gonna let Hillary go ahead in there, and they're gonna have that conversation with her, and there's gonna be certain things that they're gonna let go through. And certain things they not. Because what Obama agreed to was, I'm going to do this here. I'm not going to touch on too many matters, but you got to give me health care.
So let me ask you this. Out of the 8 years that Obama was in office, what did you take from it?
Huh?
What did you take from the 8 years he was in office?
What did I take from it?
Yeah.
That at the ending of Bush last term, the United States was bubbling. The fire was hot under the pot. It was an explosive time at that time. Had it been another Republican to go into office, I believe that it would have been, just my thoughts, a revolution, or it might have been a lot of uprisings going on because we was in a real bad state. I just think that Obama was our blanket, our comfort.
Like a breath of fresh air?
Yeah, no, not so much as a breath of fresh air, but a calmness, because it was a lot of things starting to brew, a lot of things coming about that America wasn't really fully prepared for to happen at that time.
Right.
So the only way to prevent that from happening is the pacifiers. We're big on pacifiers, huge on pacifiers, and he was one of the biggest pacifiers our people has gotten.
What about you?
I think that Obama did a great job in office. He was able to take in, you know what I'm saying, expand jobs. You know what I'm saying, more people have been able to get hired. You know what I'm saying, he saved the car dealership companies. There was a lot of foreclosures on that industry as well. I think that he took and brought a terrible situation that he was given and made it respectable for the next president to sit in that chair that won't have the same headaches that he had to go and receive and deal with while he was in office. I think that he broke a lot of barriers by gaining a lot of respect from other countries. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that if Trump takes office, we'll lose all that. His 8 years will be wiped off, erased.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And that presidential, it would be all for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Obama was able to unify, and that's big. Not only just him, but his wife as well. You understand what I'm saying? And he made being a president classy again. So that he let the bar is up here now.
Right.
Yeah, that bar is definitely
That bar is
raising.
high.
Yes.
So whoever's coming in after Barack Obama has a lot to take and come after.
He dealt with the people in a way that no other president could
I've
have.
never seen
Right.
anybody mix
Nah,
and mingle with the
he
president.
definitely
the
did.
way he's been out there.
Right. And to me, he changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our young black kids, our young Caucasians that think they couldn't do nothing, can't be anything. You know, he gave them the spirit of, you know what, no matter what, I can do it, from where he came from. You understand what I'm saying? That's the feeling that I got when he became president.
True.
You know, all that other stuff that came with the program. But especially his wife, she went into schools, Newark Public Schools, and helped the kids. Started weight, you know, how to watch your weight, how to eat right. That's just something that I never seen a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? Far as that presidency across the board. You know what I'm saying? You hear about it when they all vote for me because I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But they actually did it.
Right.
They actually made people, poor people, feel like, you know what? I can do it. Let me try. You understand what I'm saying? Before we was looked at garbage. The poor.
Right.
The middle class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We just look like you can't do, if you ain't got XYZ amount of money, you can't go to college.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got this, you can't buy that house. You know? And that's just awesome the way they came in and changed the whole eyes of others.
Right. It was definitely good that I could wake up and tell my little nephew, like, yeah, look, you could be the president. He
Yes.
looked like
Do you know how that? Do you know how
Yeah,
that
nah,
made
it
him
felt
feel?
that felt good. Little simple things like that. Even if you don't
Yes.
follow politics as a parent of a black child or even a biracial child or whatever the case is, you can look at them and say, hey, look, it don't matter how long, you know what I'm saying, where you come from. If you do what you got to do, you can make it.
Right.
Prime example.
Looking at myself.
And you don't even have to rap. You don't have to.
Right, exactly.
you know.
Even looking at my life now, it just made me feel like I could do whatever I want to do. No matter how much money I have, no matter what I'm going through, I can do it just by looking at their lifestyle.
Right.
Just by looking at the things that they did, the things that they put out, regardless of the barriers that was placed in front of them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's power. That's powerful to know that two individuals can make me feel that way.
Exactly.
And everybody else that I know.
I mean, you know, it's easy to relate to them because they look like us. It was easy for our culture to attach themselves to it because not that they were of our culture, but they were more relatable.
Right.
Right.
Well,
You
they
understand
were
what
from
I'm
our
saying?
culture. They were from our culture. Right?
Yo, no, what I'm
even
saying-
their
what I'm-
culture, but
what I'm
they
saying
whole
is like-
spirit. They
Right.
whole spirit
It was-
about. I'm not looking at color. You know what I'm saying? Color don't mean nothing to me because if you good to me, you good to me. You know what I'm saying? And they just came in. They black, of course, but it's not even about the color when you dealing with people and their emotions and the love and the things that we need to make us feel good and go on. They could have been colored white, but that spirit that they got has no color.
Right.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
That's a very good point.
So I'm signing off. I got somewhere else to go.
Gotta go.
I gotta go, you guys. I love you guys. See y'all next week.
Yeah.
And you know what? Y'all can reach out to me on Facebook, Keisha Williams, Instagram, KEESHA03, Superstar. We out of here. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Right?
out of
I'm
here.
out of here.
And
I
she's
st-
closing the show.
Yes.
Shine bright like diamonds.
So you guys, y'all go out and vote. All right.
Y'all go ahead and handle your voting situations. You know, that was the first. You know, Obama then was the first president to even implement youth technology, Instagram, Facebook. You know, they had one up because with him running and being as personable as he was from Chicago, he was already a governor. Correct? Was he a senator or a governor first?
I believe he was a
I think he
senator.
was a senator. I think
The
so.
senator of Chicago. he had some kind of already some background, and he was jive ass cool. You understand what I'm saying? So his swag was up. He was a ball player.
I love that too, man. That was one of my favorite things.
Yeah,
seeing
you know what
our
I'm saying?
president
Like,
with a jumper.
this is what I'm saying. Like, it's
natural.
But see, everything that Obama encompasses as a black man, I understand you say you don't, and I understand that, but no other white president outside of Clinton, mainly because he got head in the Oval House and he played the Trump the sax on Arsenio Hall, made him, and he did a couple of things, but he was responsible for a lot of people going to jail too, but that's a whole nother thing. You know, made him, like everybody was saying, he was the first white, he was our first black president. I disagree with that, because in my eyes, my first black president was Obama, because he was a black man who I could relate. Like, I could see myself sitting in the ballpark chopping it up with Obama.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, he took the time out to meet with the likes of a Kendrick Lamar and Jay-Z, and you know, they welcomed the culture.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Which was the key to him going as far as he did. Not to take nothing away from his politics, I wouldn't dare do that. He did get handed a shit basket, you know, and a couple of shit sandwiches in there as well. He had to eat. He did do that. He digested it pretty well.
Question. So hip hop had a lot to do with him getting him out.
Hip hop had a lot to do with it.
I agree.
You know, not
the culture.
The culture. You know, a lot of people got behind him, which isn't really happening now. A lot of the artists that were behind Obama, they are like, for the lack of a better term, just rolling with Rush when it comes to Hillary, because they just not rolling with Trump.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I do believe if there was a Republican candidate that had some real substance to them, it may be iffy. I think she's getting the pass because she's Bill Clinton's wife. I believe that has a lot to do with it as well. But you know, I don't see her having the same interaction as Obama and First Lady Michelle has had in their terms.
I don't think you're gonna see that in our lifetime.
No, you will never see that again. I'm just saying, you know.
No.
So, Keisha, I know you got to go, and I know this is exhilarating conversation is like holding you hostage. But you safe travels, love. All right. Be careful, and tell Mario we said hello and happy birthday.
And big shout to Mr. D. He always listening.
Yeah.
He wanted to chime in. He said Obama definitely raised the bar. His aura, demeanor, and diplomatic approach, coupled with his down-to-earth identification with all his people, regardless of the political barriers he faced on a daily basis, you know, was definitely a good thing. So, big shouts to him for that.
Shout out.
You know, and I just think it's good. You know, I'm glad that we got to see that in our life, because I didn't think that we'd even get to see a brown or black or whatever color president other than a white president in my lifetime. And I never even thought
I
I
had
did.
to do that. It was getting ugly.
I just didn't think I would see it in my lifetime and that quick. That's why, I guess.
Just don't ask Lil Wayne about any political views.
Nah.
Oh yeah, we definitely talked about that.
Another thing is, I could care less what a musician thinks about their political views. Like, I'd be like, why do we even bother sometimes, you know? But it is entertainment, and it is good to know.
I kind of like don't expect, you know, I expect it to be what it is, you know what I'm saying? But you can't, you know, at one point build your whole, pretty much, for lack of a better term, legacy on the back of the people who in which you were supposed to be representing, and then turn around and just slap them in the face.
Well, I mean,
that was a slap in the face.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, like,
can I get the flyer again?
Big
time. Never mind.
If there's anybody I want to hear from, I want to hear from an artist like a Kendrick, a J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Somebody.
I can't give. I really don't want to give none of them, because see, those are conscious rappers.
But that's who I don't want to hear from. Like, I don't want to know what Young Thug got to think about.
Let me correct myself. Those are conscious artists. There's a difference between artists and rappers.
Right.
There's a huge distinction between the two, at least for me. You know.
Yep, there's a big difference, and that should be the view of everyone. If you got a brain,
That's why I respect people like T.I. T.I. is actually a rapper who took this time to put his consciousness in his music along with his regular music. But
I'm waiting to hear what his thoughts is.
He's been killing them, man.
On Wayne, he been killing Lil Wayne.
On Lil Wayne? Nah, I haven't heard that yet.
I'm waiting to hear because he went in on Mayweather.
Yes, he did.
And I know T.I., and that's my dude. But you can't play favorites right now.
Nah, you
can't play favorites right now. Even if you gave him a call, you still got to, voice your opinion on that.
Say something.
You have to voice your opinion on that. I'm not going for that. He's in his own world because I was listening to his ex-wife on that. They're like, Wayne be in his own little world. He don't even know what's going on. Da, da, da. I'm not going for that. Nah, I'm not going for that. For you to bold-face and say that you've never in your life experienced any sort of racism, none. None. And then you give the example of a police officer when you shot yourself in the chest, take you to the hospital and say that was I don't know color, Uncle Bob or whoever this guy was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get you. I hear you. He did save your life. A white man. I get it. Cool. So what? That's the savior of all of them? Can't say that.
Right.
Can't say that. Because that's a direct, that's disrespectful to all the black men who died over the years, who's still dying. And you can't tell me you don't know nothing about it.
Nah,
and it doesn't affect you some kind of way.
That's why I think
because when that thing happened with Katrina, he wasn't talking like this.
That's why I think he was being sarcastic.
No, you cannot. Cannot in these days and time. You cannot afford to be sarcastic on those levels.
When Mike Brown and Trayvon and all of them came out, he was behind it 110%. That's why I believe if you look at the interview, just check it out again. Just check it out again, and then tell me if I'm wrong. But if you watch the way,
I refuse to give him any fucking excuse.
Oh nah! If you just look at it though, if you look at it, you see where it's like, you see where it's becoming a setup to me, and then you see where he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna just say whatever, and then he stormed off. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, he stormed off.
Right after all of that, he stormed off, and a lot of the times, like when they gave Chris Brown flack for throwing that chair in that interview, he had told them before. They prepped him before. Do not ask me about this. Do not ask me about that. Do not ask me about this. And then they gave him a little butter up, and then they went right into it live on air.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you do things like that, and then you got somebody who can slice and edit it to make it look how they want it to look, so you tune in and watch. You know what I mean? I kind of got to look at it with a side eye, like, is that what really happened? I want to hear what the whole thing.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't pass judgment on articles unless I read them. I can't pass judgment until I seen an interview 2 or 3 times just to see if it was edited, to see what went on. You know what I'm saying? And if you watch that one, because I watched it the first time, I was like, this dude's an idiot. Then I watched it the second time, I was like, yo, why did it stop right there? Why did it change right there? Why did it stop right there? Then I'm like, okay, I need to see the whole thing. I just need to see the whole thing before I call him an idiot. That's my whole thing. I need to see the whole thing.
He's a jerk.
You know
what I'm saying? He's just a straight up jerk.
And by the way, shout out to the Knicks for going into Chicago with Chicago old team. And in the fourth quarter, we up by about 4 points with like 10 minutes to go.
Nah, 89-81. Porzingis just hit a 3.
Oh, 89-81. Okay, we up.
And you know what I'm saying? Right now, we just got foul going the other way.
Yes. So shout out to the Knicks. Looking like we're gonna make a change this year. We doing big things.
Winning?
Oh yeah, we up 89-81.
Who we playing?
Chicago.
Okay.
With the old Chicago Bulls.
The argument that I had at my job today is that I told him, you are expecting too much too soon.
From the Knicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need at least 30 games.
You need to assess a team At least 35,
At least
40
35 games.
Which
Let them
means
play together.
midway
Right.
season. Now, I told him, what are you going to tell me if we go on a 6-game winning streak? A 4-game winning streak. Now our record becomes 5 and 3.
Right.
And then what are you going to say? Oh, I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
No, nigga, I knew it.
Like I said, we going to the playoffs. We going
Yeah,
to the
that's how
playoffs
that
this
goes.
year. We
That's
are going to the
Wherever you
playoffs.
slice
We're
it,
going,
we're
yeah.
going
Yeah.
so that there's not 7 teams in the East better than the
And
Knicks.
to be honest with
No.
you, with the way they've been playing lately, and what I've been seeing, and how they like
They're figuring it out.
We finally have 2 point guards on the squad together that can put the ball.
We
in the
have
hole
2 point guards that can play on squad A and squad B.
as a starter on other teams.
You understand what I'm saying? Like when Derrick Rose sits down, Jennings can play.
And then you got to keep up with Jennings.
You
'cause that
got
boy's
Lee.
fast.
Got Courtney Lee. He's a baller. You know, somebody to me, you know, not just to
92,
switch lane.
81 Knicks.
Just to, you know, I was talking to an older gentleman today about the Knicks and what have you, and he was telling me how he really wasn't feeling the Joakim Noah thing. He said that we may have went and got Dwight.
I don't know if I would have wanted Dwight.
And you know what he said? He was saying he would have been a better presence in the center, and we could have put Porzingis, I call him Porzingis on that 4 for real, and had Dwight in that at that true 5. I don't know. He made me think about that for a moment.
No, that's a good look. My only thing is with Dwight and Melo on the same squad, I don't know how that's gonna go.
You got 2 ball stoppers.
Word, you got 2 dudes that when you give them the ball, everybody else freezes, and that's been the Knicks' problem.
Reason why I like Joakim better than Dwight is because he's actually better,
Passer.
more of a teacher to Porzingis' career
Mhm.
than Dwight would be.
And he's gonna assist his career.
He's going to assist his career. You know what I'm saying? He's going to let him know. Yo,
All right,
this is
people,
what
we
you
got
should
to
be
get
doing.
out of here. We got to get out of here. It's been real. We did a lot of talking today.
Yeah.
It was
Excellent.
dope. It was excellent. I enjoyed it. Can we get a round of applause for this tonight's show? I kind of was feeling it. You know, people exercise your right to vote. If that's what you choose to do that. We're not going to tell you who to vote for. But you could definitely check me out on Facebook as Base Stillwaters. You could go to Instagram and follow me on Instagram, Base_DA General. And on Twitter, Base_Stillwaters with 1 L. Y'all have a safe and productive weekend. We'll see y'all next week. Same back time, same back channel. L Bubble C.
Yo, your boy L Sizzle. Ladies, it's your boyfriend. Find me right here every Friday from 8 to 10. All right? Salute.
And it's your main man DJ Hands each and every Friday 8 to 10. You know where I'm at. In the Mix Radio for you radio. Find me on that Instagram @_DJHANZ 420. Don't ask what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Or you can hit me on Facebook, HANZ Parkinson, and just hit me up. You need your parties done. You trying to be a guest up here. The rates is reasonable. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, man. In the Mix Radio.
We do
for you
what we
radio.
do, how we do what we do, and we do it for TV. You dig?